Hey everybody, welcome to Designer Friends. I'm Tanner and I am the lead designer here at Crawford Street Designs in Marietta, Georgia. We are full interior designers. We do everything from remodels to full builds, new construction, exterior colors. We work with communities all over Atlanta to do their approved color palettes and their exterior updates. And so we do a lot with color and with design. We have lots of experience and we're in and out of homes, seeing all different types of problems and solutions all the time. So we just felt like we're coming across these fantastic scenarios and learning opportunities, and why would we keep that all to ourselves, So let's just share that with other people that it could truly benefit, because we do know that design is fun and exciting and everyone loves to watch HGTV and go on Pinterest and pick things, but when it comes down to it and you actually have to make the decision, it's a little daunting and overwhelming. And so we want to just kind of bring these quick little topics to you so that when it does come time for you to be in a project or make some decisions or whatever, you feel like you kind of have this feedback, this advice, these tips or whatever coming at you from people that are friends and not just trying to, sell you the latest trend or fad or whatever that is, or their vision. We are really inspired more by our clients and our projects more than anything that's kind of internal for us or anything like that. So in saying that, this video is going to seem a little harsh, and that's why I want you to know that we're coming to you as a friend here. So this video, even though it may seem like, do not do that, what are you thinking? It's really coming from a heart that wants to help and prevent you from making decisions that mess up your project or make you feel like you had to settle, or for whatever reason, it wasn't what you would have picked if the circumstances were different. So this topic today is talking about who you should and should not ask design advice from. We have just in the last few weeks had this kind of bite some clients in the booty. And we've seen it, or new clients have reached out to us because it's kind of bit them in the booty. Who they reached out for, who they asked for help, ended up being more detrimental to the project than helpful. So I really want to talk to you guys about who you should ask for help when you're doing a design project and who you should not ask for help when doing a design project, okay? So people you should ask for help are anyone that's going to be living in the house, especially if they are financially contributing to the household. So there are lots of multi-generational homes right now. So if you have grandparents and parents or parents and older children or whatever that means, by all means, if they are going to be living in the house, let them have a say in it. We do a lot of times where the upstairs level or the downstairs level or a certain detachment is meant specifically for another person, another maybe generation, but maybe sometimes just like I said, an older kid or whatever. But those people should and could be considered when you're making overall house decisions, right? It's not like I'm telling you to let your 18-year-old come in and pick your colors and your tile, but that's totally fine for them to be involved in the process. It lets them understand what we're doing, the importance of the home's financial aspect, and it just really introduces them to home ownership and why it's important, that we're not just doing things to be fun and to be pretty. We are doing things to be pretty, but not just that. So if you have parents living with you, invite them to be a part of it, and that's something that we always ask, who else is going to be living in the home? Who do you want to come to the appointment with you? That's important, that especially even if you're the main decision maker, if you know that there's going to be other people that are experiencing this room, this kitchen day after day after day, a lot of times that can put a stop on you making decisions because you want their opinion, whether you realize that they're the financial decision makers or ultimate decision makers or not. You want their opinion. So don't go at it alone. That's probably, I should have started off with that. Don't think that you have to make all the decisions by yourself. You know, bring in other perspectives. It's always good to have anyone, like I said, who will have an investment in that house, who will be living there, and you'll probably appreciate their colors and their opinions and their feedback and their tile that they like. But again, it's not that you have to go with their decision. It's take into account their wants and needs and wishes as well. And that's all we're saying. So that is people that you can include, people that are going to live with you in your home, especially if they contribute financially. That is a great person to ask help in making decisions. Another great person to ask is a professional. I mean, there are plenty of us out there. You can go to, Etsy.com and you can go find somebody that will help you. We would be more than willing to help you with your project. But a professional, just like you wouldn't just go ask a stranger on the street when your car broke down or if you were trying to fix something, in your laptop, you also should go to a professional even when you're just talking about paint colors, because painting something, while it can always be repainted and all that, it costs money, right? So if you're getting the entire exterior of your house, you're thousands of dollars you're spending. And one wrong color in one wrong location or one wrong color application could make the whole project just go way off track. And we don't want that for you. We want you to be happy. We want to save you money and frustration and everything from the beginning. So reach out to a professional. That is a great person to ask. A professional designer, I should say that. So professional designers, anyone that actually lives and works and researches and is in this world all the time of, like I said, color, texture, tile, what's happening, what's going in homes and things like that. So you've got people that are close to you, you've got a professional, and then you've got like best friends. And the reason I say that best friends should be allowed is they know you, okay? So it could be a best friend that you've had since you were 10 years old. It could be a best friend that you've only met a year ago, but you guys really click and you really know each other. But here's the thing. It has to be a best friend that knows you, right? And that knows you. So not just a work buddy. Okay. This is not like we get along so well at work, I'm going to have them come in and pick some paint samples with me. No, it needs to be a best friend that not only knows you now, knows your past even better, maybe. Like, oh, remember girl in college, you hated that one color? Like, that's good. But what you really need is a best friend who knows where you want to go. Okay. So you have best friends now and you're here and you're friends and you have friends from the past. But really, if you're going to ask somebody for design purposes, you need to talk, that friend needs to know where you want to be, where you want to go. Otherwise, even though the friends and the family members may try and be helpful and they know you from the past and all that, and they do know you really well, they may not know though where you want to go. And that's really important because design is changing. So regardless, something's changing. So if you're not asking somebody who knows where you want to be after that change, they're going to be detrimental to the project. So best friends that know where you want to be, family that will be in the household with you, and professionals. Those are great people to ask. Okay. Here's who not to ask. Do not ask your neighborhood community group on social media. Do not go on there and say, hey, everybody, what's the best color white you've liked for your walls? Hey, everybody, what's a gray that you've loved? I know that, again, people love color. They love doing things to their houses, and people generally want to be helpful. So if they have found a color that works for them, they want to shout it out from the rooftops at you, right? I loved this color. It's amazing, da-da-da. But what you have to remember is, first of all, not all of them are professionals. Second of all, their house is not your house. So what worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And actually, probably 90% of the time, it doesn't look the same in different properties, different lighting, different surroundings and things like that. So that is super, super like sending you looking for a needle in a haystack by just asking people for their random favorite colors, okay? And not only that, but their tastes are different. So how they perceive warmth versus coolness is different than you. So do not just do a blast, hey everybody, what do you think about these tiles, A, B, or C? Like, just, you're going to get more feedback from people that even if they're trying to be helpful, it's just their own opinion, and that's not going to help you get anywhere. So don't do that. Number 2, if you don't have a truthful, like I can be for real with you relationship with any other people sitting in the house, like if it's a roommate, floor mat, I can't imagine that you guys would be making too many changes just, unless one of them owns the house. But still, if there's, like if it's an in-law and you're like, listen, I love her and she's our in-law, but she is not making decisions. We are not that close. And I get that. So it's not like, I want to come back to that, anyone that's living in the house, that's great. And they should be contributed. But if they don't know you well, and if there is any sort of tension in the relationship, don't bring them to your design appointment, because design is fully emotional. It is a lot of feeling. It is a lot of like, this is what I want. This is what I can't get. Why can't I get it? I want to have it. How can I make this happen? It's a lot of turmoil and celebration and angst at times. It's a lot of it's an emotional roller coaster for sure. So if you already don't have like a great relationship with someone, don't bring them into your design process. Just don't. And just trust me. And then lastly, don't ask professionals that are not in their lane. Okay, so we love contractors. Our world would not happen without contractors. They are the partner to our projects. Like, we love contractors, paint contractors, full-on housing, building contractors, flooring contractors, all of them. We love them. But please do not go to them specifically about something that, when it's all said and done, could change the whole project. So see, what happens is people will have a paint color in mind, and then the painter will come talk to them and they'll say, well, what do you think? Should we do this and this with the paint? And the painter will say, I don't do 4 colors on the outside, so I would not do this. And just don't. His lane is painting, and the designer should never say to you, I mean, we can, but we should not be like, listen, this needs to be a matte finish, and it needs to be a paint and primer mix, and it needs to be this base, and it needs to be this many coats. That's not our lane. That's the painter. They are painting specialists, and they know how to get it on the wall, how to make it stay, how to make it work, and all that. But in terms of your overall design, they do not know. Yeah, you're talking one paint color, but they don't know what you're intending to do with tile. They don't know what you're intending to bring in furniture-wise. Same thing with your contractor. If you are looking at lighting, don't go to your contractor and say, we were thinking about a 6-light chandelier, but I don't know, I kind of keep going back, and he may say, a 6-light's too big. You need to go with a linear chandelier here. It's going to fit a lot better, which sounds great. And like, yes, that makes so much sense. But he may not know that in the adjacent room, you're already doing something that has a linear effect, and you don't want that. So while professionals can be very, very helpful, we love the professionals that we work with, they are not necessarily designers who are looking at the entirety of the project. So they can give you advice, but it may, like I said, actually be more detrimental. So in the grand scheme of things, a professional is going to be your best bet. And I'm not just saying that because I am one. I'm saying it like, again, like if I had a problem with my computer or my car, I'd take it to a professional. And so that is going to get you the best bang for your buck, the true most help. And if not, remember to include your partner, your significant other, your spouse, your children, or anyone that's in the house and that really you have a good connection with, any friends that know you well, know where you're going to be. Ask those people, sit down and think about it, and and then work through what really you feel like you're drawn to. But again, don't ask a professional that's maybe going out of their lane. Don't ask someone that you don't have a great relationship with, and don't just kind of broadcast it in a public venue hoping you'll get a lot of answers. Like I said, I hope this helps and was not like, don't do this, but we see this happen, and people just get so sidetracked because then they went to a party and they looked at that house and somebody at the party started talking about what they recently did in their remodel, and now they're second guessing. Don't do that, guys. This is your project. It's your home, your space, and it should reflect that. And if you need help, like I said, we are so willing to help you. Reach out anytime. Our info is in the description. And if you want to subscribe to have more designer friends conversations, then subscribe and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.